Whoa. All right, welcome to Sequelitis, the cure for the common sequel. Let's give a little explanation of what the show is for everyone out there. So, Adam, why are we doing this show? What is it about movie sequels that makes us want to do this show?
Movie sequels are inherently terrible in most cases. Is that correct? I mean, I would think there's a few good ones. The ones that stand out are good. The Godfather was good. Finding Dory was really good.
Dory was great.
So, movies like that, we want to build our own. We want to make our dream sequels a reality. So what we plan to do is sort of pitch a sequel here and then put it all in an envelope and mail it to all the studios.
So what we have here is the plot device.
Get it?
You can see it's kind of like hastily thrown together, much like most movie sequels. So we're going to draw out of this to determine whether we're making a sequel, a prequel, a reboot, etc. And then we have some plot points that we're going to pick out to help steer the course.
We're going to cast the movie. We're going to hire a director for the movie. We're going to score the movie even.
That's going to be big.
Yeah.
That's going to be big. I'm excited for
I'm
that.
pretty excited about the score. I think that's crucial.
It's crucial, and it could be anybody.
Yeah, there are a ton of composers to choose
Yeah,
from.
yeah, absolutely.
For example, Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer's a good one.
We probably won't use him,
No,
but he's just
top of the line guy though.
John Gleason.
That's me.
John DiCarlo, this is John Gleason. John Gleason, what is your favorite sequel?
My favorite sequel, the bar, has been set by, of course, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Dream Warriors.
Nice.
That's
A good choice.
a good pick.
Fantastic song. It has that girl from the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it's a threequel, which means it's twice the sequel.
Yeah.
Also, better than the previous movie,
Yeah.
which is rare.
I may have to preface this. I actually only watch sequels.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Smart.
See, this is
That
good
a
insight.
Smart
then.
idea.
This is insight. So you just skip the first one,
Yeah, I just wait till they get it
Just
right
kind
in the
of-
second one.
Yeah.
which
Makes a
they
lot of
usually
sense.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam, how about you? What's your favorite sequel?
I think mine is The Dark Knight. I loved Batman Begins. It brought me back to Batman movies, and then The Dark Knight was just an event in and of itself, not just a movie, but one that kind of brought a lot of people in, and there was all this fanfare and a lot of shit going on with it. It was cool. I liked that movie. I also like Finding Dory a lot.
They're very similar films.
Right. Finding Dory was dark.
Yeah?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. I hear the Joker wins in that one.
He does, yeah.
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 Okay. So, Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lawrence Fishburne is in that.
Yes, my personal hero, Larry Fishburne, is one of the lead characters in Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors.
Well, that's funny because he also stars in the movie we're doing today, The Matrix, from 1999, the original Matrix. Of course, there's also the sequels, The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah.
Were those movies any good?
Reloaded was okay.
Yeah.
I think the fight sequences in Revolutions are absurd, but they know that they're absurd.
Other than that, the movie's wild.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
You got
It's
French guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got train stations.
Yeah, you got Hades.
I remember there being a lot of braids.
Tons of braids.
Lots of braids in
Lots of
those
braids.
movies.
Way more braids than need to be there.
Yeah.
Twins with braids.
Yep.
Albino twins with
Yes.
braids.
What a cliche.
Yeah, they're evil.
Could we move along?
So what we're going to try to do today is make a better Matrix sequel. And we're going to turn to the old plot device to get us started.
Old reliable.
John, why don't you reach into that first bin there and figure out what we're going to make?
What are we going to make? We are going to do a soft reboot.
Soft reboot.
There is talk right now of a Matrix reboot or soft reboot. Who they want to star in that? Like, they want to do young Morpheus.
Yeah.
They want Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan to play him.
mean,
Young
really? Yeah.
Morpheus.
Man. Plenty of other actors out there, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Could use a job,
Yeah.
but I'm sure he'll take it.
Adam, why don't you reach into the second bin there and pick out our plot point?
Oh. This is a really good one, guys, because our plot point in this one is that we have to add The Rock at some point.
Well, that's easy.
is cooking.
The Rock, of course, makes great sequels.
Yeah.
He came into the dead G.I. Joe franchise.
Yeah.
And
Finalized.
it's kind of dead again, but it was a good
Yeah,
movie.
came into Fast at 5. Is that correct?
Yes.
Fast 5.
And those movies have been blowing up ever since.
They've
Yeah.
remained furious because of The Rock.
They've gotten even more furious, as far as I'm concerned.
You know, the Rock also came into The Mummy Returns. Jumanji, he's remaking Jumanji right now.
Baywatch, of course.
Baywatch,
is the topical one.
remaking the
Huge
show.
movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think The Rock is probably a good fit.
I think
for-
we could literally put The Rock anywhere in the Matrix or outside of the Matrix.
Put him in
And
anything.
he'd look great in Zion, wouldn't he?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Put some old rags on him.
Yep.
Let's pick our third act twist. John, you want to do the honors?
All right, how is it going to end? Better be good. The redemption of a villain.
So we got a villain who's got to turn
Oh,
good.
interesting.
Okay.
The Rock, obviously.
Could The Rock be an agent? Let's not get ahead of
Okay.
ourselves. Let's just focus
I'm
here.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah. All right, absolutely. So let's just kind of let's figure out where the Matrix ended. Do we want to start there?
So,
Well, okay.
Or do we
mean
want to start
the-
before the
saw-
Matrix?
Well, we're doing a
God.
soft reboot. So, okay.
Yeah.
So actually, okay.
This works.
I just rewatched The Matrix Revolutions. The
You've
third
seen it
movie,
fresher than the rest of us.
for the first time in probably like 10 years. And I realized that I forgot most of the movie.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that for the first 30 minutes of the movie, Neo is stuck in a subway station?
yeah, that's the whole.
Yeah.
That's the River Styx thing that drives me insane about that movie. It's
Didn't
this-
even get that parallel.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. I had this thing happen to me where I was bored and I watched The Matrix not too long ago and I was like, I'll watch Reloaded. I have fond memories of Reloaded. It's fun, and I watched it, and then I realized, like, all right, well, I have to watch Revolutions, and I watched Revolutions, and I thought I was about an hour and a half in, and it turned out I was about 40 in.
Yeah.
And I just threw my computer out the window, and I went to bed.
Yeah. And the reason why is because only like 15 minutes of the movie takes place in the actual Matrix. Most of it is
Right.
out of the Matrix. They're in their big giant cave trying to save the human race.
To take a nod from Hollywood, to truly be able to explore The Matrix, I think this soft reboot should be split into 2 films.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
One where we just see the non-Matrix, and the other where we see the Matrix.
And then a third that clashes the two once again.
it's Harry Potter, The
we're
Hunger
gonna-
Games.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
reboot this.
split
We're gonna
it up.
milk it for every penny it's
Every
worth.
last
Every last
I
time.
really want the opportunity to reboot this twice.
yeah. Episode 2 is also gonna be the Matrix.
Yeah. So at the end of the Matrix Revolutions, Neo like wins the big fight with Agent Smith, and he like dies. He like disappears, and
Yeah.
the Matrix like reboots itself, and the Oracle is sitting on a bench watching the sunrise, and a little girl asks her if we'll ever see Neo again. And the last line of the movie is something like, "Oh, I bet we will."
Yeah. Insinuating that none of that mattered.
Yeah.
Will we ever see him again?
I suspect so. Someday.
So I
Neo's
guess,
coming back.
I mean, we're going to see Neo again in our movie.
Yeah.
To bounce off of that.
Okay.
But I mean, who is Neo? I guess is the question, right? Because Neo's not just Keanu Reeves. Neo.
Right. Is
Presumably
Neo gonna
Neo's
be
coming back as
some
another
new
incarnation. Yeah.
Because that was the whole point. I didn't. You know, it's actually kind of funny how ballsy they were in saying in their third movie, "Hey, none of this matters. This has happened like 600 times
Yeah.
before."
Yeah.
Like,
Right, and it's also a brilliant marketing move because
Right.
we can make a bunch of these.
bunch of it.
Yeah. If you liked what you saw here, let's do it again. It was very colorful at the end of that too, was it not?
Beautiful, yeah.
I remember lots of pinks and greens and like it.
The pastels we usually associate with the Matrix.
Yeah. It was a nice contrast to Neo getting his eyes burned shut.
Yeah,
the hero
Yeah.
of our
Yeah.
science fiction film.
Yeah.
Trinity died too, right?
Trinity died like hard.
yeah,
Yeah, she got like
She got stabbed a bunch by
stabbed
like
to death by
metal
robots.
poles.
correct.
This is a little late, but I'd like to add the spoiler warning.
Hey, fuck you if you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So we need a new main character, a new Neo.
so we've decided that Neo is the focus. Then, obviously,
Well, a new Neo.
Right.
Yeah, no, I know, not Neo, that Neo, but Neo is the focus of the movie. Because theoretically, I mean, could the Oracle not be the focus of the movie too? Like, you could do a whole thing about the Oracle.
If it was just the Oracle.
Him or herself.
Baking cookies.
I almost want to recast the Oracle as The Rock.
Oh, all right, that's our first idea for The Rock. Does anybody have a pen? I'm going to start keeping track.
I don't.
That's number one. You see it. Hopefully, we got a graphic down here for you to keep track.
The Oracle's a guy.
We can grab a pen.
Nah, we're going to watch this back and we'll write it down for you.
Let the editor know.
Yeah, we'll let the editor know. Or producer. Okay, so we have an idea for The Rock to be the Oracle. The Oracle.
This writes itself.
And this could, you can feel free to shoot me down on this, but I am very much a fan of the, like, Tyler Perry, Eddie Murphy thing where he just plays all the roles.
So The Rock is Neo, The Rock is Oracle, The Rock is Morpheus, The Rock is every agent, not just Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
The Rock is the little kid who bends the spoon with his thoughts.
Yes.
The Rock is the little girl in the subway station. We can go all day.
You went too far with this.
Did I? Yeah. Okay, well, you wanted every character.
Let's reel it back in a bit.
Just patting him out in
you.
suit with a shitty wig, smoking cigarettes.
It shows up at the Oracle. Hello!
I do like The Rock in a suit being an agent.
That would be great.
He'd even be a good, like, Morpheus character. Maybe not old and wise enough.
Yeah, he's not old. I don't think. Yeah.
Also, just another bald dude.
He's bald.
Like, put the same sunglasses that Larry Fishburne wore on The Rock. It's going to look almost the same. Because of the glasses.
Because of the glasses.
Yeah.
So, we need a character who wakes up from the Matrix, who gets pulled out of the Matrix into the real world. So,
Is this our Neo character?
Is this the protagonist?
maybe,
I think so.
Maybe that's who we
But this
can,
sounds like exactly what happened. So is that what we're going to go the exact...
Well, I mean, it's soft.
It's soft.
So yeah.
Soft around. I think, and this is, I guess, just a disclaimer that while we're doing this, we're thinking like Hollywood executives.
Right.
So we're not necessarily racist or sexist
Yes.
in our approach to casting.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Hollywood execs are hacks that look at numbers and figures and data.
Correct.
So we're going to make the new Neo a black woman.
Yes.
Sure.
Because
I'm all for it.
that's the thing.
That's
we got
the
to do
thing.
that. They know that they got an audience there.
Which I'm for.
Absolutely. It's a good thing. It's good that the audience matches what the hacks want for once.
Right.
Well, to be fair, I think that hacks only have one actress they go to, so Zoe Saldana is Neo.
Well, that's smart. I was thinking Lupita Nyong'o as well could be a possibility for that role.
Oh, they're both good.
She's never really done any action though, has she? Like
She hasn't.
I mean, this is going to be action packed.
She's done a lot of crying.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie's going to come out a little later, so people don't really care about the Matrix anymore.
Right. It's not going to be Marvel budget. Is what
It's
you're
not
saying.
going to be a huge budget.
Yeah.
They're gonna dip their toes into the Matrix water. They're going to see if it makes money. So it's going to be a moderate budget.
We're going to scale it down.
Who can we afford? I would go with Zoe Saldana.
Okay.
She has
We can afford her
credibility.
now?
I don't know, maybe.
She got that Guardians money now.
Oh, that's true.
Plus that Star Trek money. She got a lot of money.
She does have money.
And then are we like oversaturating the Zoe Saldana at that point then? Like, hey, we're doing sci-fi action. Throw her in there.
Zoe
We gotta
Saldana.
call up Zoe.
What's
Pretty
she
sure that
doing?
is exactly how Hollywood works.
Yeah, see, that's what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else do we need? Do we?
Well, we need
a Morpheus.
We need a
Morpheus
Morpheus.
type.
We also need a villain to redeem.
We need an
the
Agent
end.
Smith.
All right.
So we need a new Morpheus. Well, because Morpheus is still alive.
He's
in
living.
in the originals.
But this doesn't exist in the same time. It doesn't have to. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It could be like way down the line.
Yeah, this could be.
So we just need a Morpheus type character.
Right. One who's like a prophet of sorts. He
Wear sunglasses.
wears sunglasses. He or she wears sunglasses.
Oh,
We should say because
yeah.
I think Morpheus should also be a woman.
Morpheus should be a woman, I think.
Because I would love to see a Charlize Theron in that role.
I would say a Charlize Theron either for Morpheus or
Agent
Agent
Smith.
Smith.
Smith would be cool
Charlize
too.
Theron for Agent. So
Charlize Theron's in the movie, right?
Yes.
Charlene Theron.
Charlene Theris.
Charlize is the big get for the movie.
Right.
Okay.
Her and The Rock. That's what
Yeah.
most of the budget is going to be towards. So if
Most,
you watch,
he's all the
I
budget.
look at them for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's remember, he is the most expensive actor in the world.
Yeah.
So we have
So
blown...
It's also a Fast 8 reunion.
Oh shit! Yeah, she is in that. How about
Yeah.
that?
Holy shit.
Well, that's why
they've
She
worked together
braided her
before.
hair in that.
Yeah.
Like the twins.
These are
Fit right in. Well, what if Morpheus is a villain in our reboot? What if Morpheus does not start out as a good guy?
Morpheus is the villain.
Morpheus is the villain.
He's wise. He
He
understands
turns.
this, but he understands or she
Yeah.
understands it's a broken cycle, and just perpetuates it. And this gives her hope.
Excellent.
And then she redeems herself at the end.
by
Yeah,
Being,
saving the one or
you know.
yes.
helping the one.
Realizing the errors of her ways
Okay.
somehow.
Right.
We got to figure out her ways.
Yeah.
So we got Charlize Theron. She's playing the Morpheus character. What do we call her? Like, what's her character name?
What about like Muse?
I love
Yeah,
that.
I
It's
dig it. I'm
mythological.
down. I agree.
It's mythological. It's weird. It's
inspiring.
funky. It's inspiring, like a muse. So where does our Smith play a role then?
I almost feel like in the first film,
Smith.
we don't really use Agent Smith.
Okay.
Agent Smith, and we keep the same casting for Agent Smith. We're not changing a thing. And he's just going to appear in
gonna have
background
Hugo
shots.
Weaving?
Hugo Weaving.
Okay.
Will just be appearing throughout the movie.
No one say a
in the
word.
background.
Yeah, just seems like
We'll build it up.
Did you guys see Agent Smith out there? Like he's out there.
We could do like a little Marvel cameo at the end where he's just like sitting at an ice cream counter and just like looks over.
Oh yes,
Yeah. Or like,
yes.
Yeah.
We have a stinger.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah,
a
because we
post-credit
want him
stinger
to come.
with Hugo Weaving.
We want Hugo Weaving to reprise his role. Then I think
He's the
we
best
do.
part of the
Yes.
trilogy.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes,
And that would be
It's
like the whole build-up. Like everyone's waiting for like when is Smith coming?
classy restaurant.
Yeah.
Cameras go panning through the restaurant. It's a waitress. We're following the waitress.
Right.
It's in the Matrix. She, cameras behind her back.
Can I
We don't
get you
see-
anything else?
And he goes, "I'll have the steak."
Yeah. Yeah.
So Zoe Saldana,
Zoe Saldana's playing Neo.
she's in the Matrix.
What does she do in the Matrix?
She's
Like, what do we update it now
Bartender?
from like 10 years ago?
bartender with service industry.
What if in her spare time she plays video games?
She's a
Yeah,
gamer.
she needs this electronic.
She's a gamer. She's
connection.
like real big into social media.
Yeah.
Something like that.
What's her what's her screen name? What's her Neo name?
Ooh, interesting.
What could her name be?
She's a gamer.
She's
I got
not
it.
Neo.
Hear
Not
me out.
Neo.
Eon.
Oh, that's so dumb.
Really
it
on the
worked.
nose. It's dumb as hell.
Eon.
It's still the word one.
I was gonna say noob. So you're
Also may work with Eon.
You are the one,
Yeah.
noob.
Yeah.
so she's a video gamer.
Yeah.
What can we bounce off of that with?
You know, we're in the VR technology. People are exploring these realms that we previously thought as fiction, like 5 years ago. Today, this is what we're seeing at E3. This is what we're seeing on the news.
So
And-
theoretically, in our universe,
Yes.
the people already in the Matrix are working on their own technology, and in
Agreed.
this case, it's just like a video game.
yeah,
And
you
it's
know,
wild, and you can fight in this video
And they're
game.
competing with each other.
They're competing with each other.
Yes.
So she's fighting the Rock. These are like really advanced games to the point where like you have to be capable to play these.
like
Yeah.
if somebody's good at chess,
you can't just
I
be some
suddenly
fucking
go like,
mouth
yeah, that's
breather, mashing buttons and
And they're
shit.
playing the game in the Matrix?
Yes, they are in the Matrix.
And they're
the game.
playing a game in. So then we have.
They're
like,
playing
like
what they perceive
like
as a virtual reality
So
game.
then, like a sub-layer
Yeah.
Matrix.
Less
on
advanced
top
than their
of that.
world.
It's
but-
like Inception, but not boring.
yeah, yeah. There's multiple layers.
And like the Matrix in the Matrix world has been pretty much created by humans. In the Matrix world, like human
Right.
designers and
Right.
stuff. So then that could be a thing where she's fighting an agent in the Matrix. And she's losing, and she's like, "Welcome to prime time, bitch!"
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah,
drags the agent or whatever into like that sub VR
Yeah, yeah,
Matrix.
Ah.
And is like, "This
Yeah,
is
we
my
can-
world.
like they
These are
Dream
our
Warriors.
Like
rules."
Dream
like
Warriors.
Dream
Like
Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
It all comes back to Dream Warriors.
Nice.
Well, I was gonna pitch using that song.
Okay. Well, that's,
I like that.
now we're definitely using that song.
All right.
What if, and we don't know this yet, what if the machines created these games in order to keep the people busy, to keep them occupied and satisfied, and draw attention away from them being in the Matrix. And that's just a little detail.
Yeah. That or those. I think that the people like us that are in the Matrix, the fact that we have created those games indicates that we still are capable of overcoming machines. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the believability aspect.
We're creating our own world.
Yeah. We're just a little bit behind, obviously, which we'll find out in future installments. That the machines are still governing us. There's just multiple layers. Elon Musk said this is how it is.
That's true.
He said it's probably for sure
that we're in the Matrix.
So
also, if we just want to make up some shit about this new world, I'm saying we go Scream with it, add a Jamie Kennedy type, just explain the rules of the movie.
Absolutely,
that we can just defy them for the next 9 minutes.
Funny as that would be genuinely helpful
because it's very meta.
Yeah, right. It's super meta.
You can never have sex. Big no.
Let's throw in a dirty Nick Kroll.
I love it.
He's disgusting Nick Kroll.
He's out of the Matrix.
He's
just constantly glistening.
But he explains everything to a T.
But he really is disgusting.
We hate him.
Yeah.
He's
Fucking
wearing some
hate you,
shitty
Nick.
costume, and he's doing some real shitty voice "Oh no, I'm just here for the chicken fingers" or something.
Yeah, he's doing that. But he's wearing an ascot for some reason because none of his
My name is
characters make sense.
Sufran, motherfucker, or something.
And everyone goes, "That's hilarious!" Because it'll land. Everyone loves Nick Kroll.
Everyone
not
loves
us.
Nick Kroll.
I have some issues with him. It's okay.
It's fine. We all have those issues, and most of them come from how gross he looks.
So Eon is on social media,
Right.
and she starts getting stalked by this user named Muse. They eventually meet up because Muse is trying to recruit Eon, and eventually we learn that she's trying to recruit her to be the one.
The Rock is sort of introduced separately from all this. He's this competitive, almost a celebrity in this new gaming world that exists where it's very VR, it's super VR. People are building their own Matrix. We have 3 levels of Matrix, we decided correctly.
Yeah.
It's not quite as advanced, obviously, as what the machines have built. It's still a video game for all intents and purposes, but your physical prowess can interpret into that world.
So I know the Eon stuff is happening in the Matrix. Now is the Rock stuff happening in the Matrix
same
too?
world. Right?
Yeah.
He's in the Matrix, but he knows it's the Matrix.
Right.
He's woke.
He's woke.
He's woke to the Matrix.
So why? So we're under the assumption that most people know.
No. I think The Rock is an advanced being of sorts, right?
Daddy's gotta go to work.
So the crux of it is that The Rock, who is the one, and Eon,
who is really
are on a crash course to coming to blows. So why don't we describe their big battle, their big fight scene?
Oh, yeah.
At some point, I guess he frames her or something, makes her look like a villain, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And then they have to fight. I mean, do we play homage to the highway scene, but do it without the horrible villains, where they're just jumping around cars and fighting each other? Do we do something video game homage style?
I kind of like in this, if we play with this video game routine, there's this elaborate set where they're gonna fight, they're in an arena, and they have to battle like a gladiator would or something like that. There's a theme. They're having a real fight, and the backdrop is this clearly game aspect of it. It's really cheesy and weird, but they're having a real fight.
In the Matrix?
Yeah, in the Matrix.
Is it
in which Matrix? We've made
So if she really is the one, honestly, and she is so heavily immersed in this gaming, she could be warping this code around her,
right,
to almost resemble something really bizarre and out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As they're fighting, reality's literally splitting, and we're getting this almost intrusion from.
Oh, they could have this awesome test of wills where they're both switching the world up.
Oh yeah,
like Inception. Cool. Sure. When you're building the universe around you. And now we're in a fucking volcano, or now we're
Yeah.
And that's kind of how they fight each other until they eventually devise something that would kill the other.
Yes.
And obviously she's going to tackle the Rock.
Yeah.
She is going to spear the Rock, jackhammer the Rock, and then cover him for the 3 count.
Yes. Well, do we want to redeem the Rock a little bit? Maybe
No, I don't want to. I don't want to redeem the Rock.
Keep him a villain.
I want to keep him a villain.
So Charlize Theron's in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how she's a villain now.
Well, but she's the one who's searching for these ones, and if they're not the one, they just kill them.
yeah,
So-
she's like
So
real
she-
dark about it.
Yeah, so she I mean, is she, so what's her
Maybe she's
logic?
doing this, and then once she sees the true power of Eon, she's like has this wave of like amazement come over
Yeah, like
her.
she's given up hope that there really isn't a one.
and she sees
So
what
you-
filled with rage, and
So Muse is human.
yes, but
Yeah.
she's woke. She's really woke. She knows the machines are coming.
She knows the machines are coming. She knows about this one bullshit.
she was promised that if she finds the one, then she'll be,
She'll have a seat of power in the New World Order.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah,
So that's her motivation.
Like if she were to turn them over or something. Okay, so we don't want her to be a hopeful character like Morpheus. We want her to be selfish.
So she
and-
Well, I
knows
think
that
in
the
the
Rock is not the one.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah, she knows.
Just kind of goes along with it.
yeah, cool. The Rock believes.
I
The
think
Rock.
in the second. So I mean, I guess the idea is that then, if there was a second one, that's when she'd take on her full Morpheus. Should do the complete 180 turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And take on the responsibility as Morpheus to mentor the one.
Yes.
But for this movie,
You
her
just have to define the one.
her arc is, I'm gonna kill these ones. I've been promised, like, even a simple thing of like, there's war coming. Last time it wasn't so great.
Yeah,
You could just nip this. If you just find this guy, you can just.
and kill him for us.
just-
Good. Yeah.
We'll let you have Zion.
yeah.
We'll keep the batteries that are still plugged in. We won't
Yeah.
go to war. And she's like, okay, well, fine. So then her arc is, I don't believe in this shit. I'm gonna find the one, whatever. And then redeems herself by being like, no, it's now
She
my
actually
mission.
reveals herself to be the one. She redeems her faith in the prophecy.
Right, and she's like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Yeah. The prophecy.
Oh, the prophecy.
The
was
prophecy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming together.
I like it. I think
Yeah.
we've written a pretty good movie here. Do we have a director for this?
So the Wachowskis aren't going to do it. We're going to parade the Wachowskis out every once in a while, and they're going to say, oh, we worked so closely with the writers and the directors to craft a world that would match up with our original vision and shit like that. Like how James Cameron did with Terminator Genesis.
Yes.
So
Could we get a Gareth Edwards to do this?
maybe.
Or is he too expensive now?
He might be
He knows scale. He can do big.
Right. Godzilla himself was big.
And the Matrix is just
Yeah.
huge.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way bigger than a lizard.
Yeah.
But for
We
purposes
need
of
someone who's comfortable with big fight scenes. That's what we have to remember. The Matrix, there was a lot of martial art influence, which is why the whole cast was injured.
yeah.
What about the director of the Raid?
The Raid, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
Gareth
Evans?
Gareth Evans.
Just pick one of those dudes who did like one of the long fight shots in one of the Marvel shows, and
There you go.
Yeah. Who directed that sick battle episode of Game of Thrones? The real metal one?
Oh, I want to say it was
Neil Marshall.
Neil Marshall,
Neil Marshall.
yeah, the guy that did The Descent. Neil Marshall might be a good.
That'd be a
pick.
good pick.
He's
I love The
slick.
Descent.
Neil Marshall got Descent. Yeah, he did some Westworld episodes.
Yeah.
That's who we're getting.
That's a
think
big
Neil
bright
Marshall
guy. Neil
sounds like a
Marshall's
good
our
pick.
guy for this, yeah.
Ooh, here's an idea.
Oh,
Say
what's
we
that?
can't get Neil Marshall, right?
well, why wouldn't we be able to get the Neil Marshall?
He's dead.
Neil Marshall died?
Not yet, but he will
He could.
die.
He could. He will die.
He's off directing
Will
episodes of This Is Us.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
We get like a what about that Patty Jenkins?
Oh, that Patty
Or like
Jenkins
a
shit.
Catherine Bigelow.
Ooh, Catherine
Oh.
Bigelow. That's a weird jump for her, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
but like, let's take a risk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree with that.
And nobody will pass up on the opportunity to work with The Rock.
that's
You
right.
have to go under
Every
that
director
assumption that
wants
every
to work
director
with
wants
The
to work
Rock.
with The Rock.
Everyone wants to know that the leading
Also-
man is making a lot more money than they are.
Catherine Bigelow would definitely want to make a big budget, big shocking sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah.
To get one over on James.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
you know what?
So-
She's been big a low. It's time to go big a high.
This guy over here with the jokes and magokes over here.
She won an Oscar.
She did. She did. That was her big a high. That's it for me, man. I gotta say.
I'll be honest, I'm running on fumes.
Yeah, this is mentally exhausting.
Jesus, he's killing him.
What do What do we call it?
What do we call it?
What do we call the
gotta
movie?
think of a title. We got The Matrix Reloaded. We got The Matrix Revolutions.
Is it too on the nose to say The Matrix rebooted?
No.
No.
That's
Matrix
it.
reboot.
No.
The movie
That's
is
it.
literally rebooted.
It's literally a reboot.
And,
Yeah.
it's a computer
Computers
program that's being
reboot.
rebooted.
Yes.